I'd like to be loved. Well, I suppose everyone would one way or another, but you won't find it in the tap room in the Red Lion. As much as you would like to. Well, not my kind of love. Not all of us can pick men up from the Navy like some girls can. I know about some girls. The kind of girls that sing songs about pretty maids on strange hills and don't think twice about it. They go down the docks, find a bloke, marry him, make love. It's all right for them. Girls with long legs, skinny as all hell. They get a quick feel up in the alleyway on the way home. Anything might happen in those alleyways. Those nooks and crannies, the secret places outside the bounds of reasonable society. And it could happen to anyone. But anyone can do that sort of thing, if you can find a man. Even men. Now the problems come when you can't find a man. Because you don't want one. You look for them in bars, mostly in vain. You've got to look for extremes. The girl with 2 long painted fingernails. Mother looks at her and calls her a whore. You nurse your taddie and long to take her home and dismantle her. Dowdy, dreamy little things in long skirts, or even more unusual though is this. Trousers. Girls with a bit of jungle in them somewhere. Take me down the football pitch. We don't have to watch a game. You can pull down my skirt and place your face in my bush right behind the goalposts. I can think that. I can't act on it. I wouldn't know how. So I just sit there with Mother and our friends when we've all come off the factory and drink a drink and watch. Imagine. Let's go all romantic, I want to say to every girl in the pub. Let's go romantic. I'll buy you a ring. It doesn't matter if it's too big. You can wear it with string around your neck and a smile. One day I see her. She's very average, but she has a look in her eye that speaks of everything. It speaks right to me. And I look out over the top of my mother's greying perm and stare. And stare. And she stares back. I offer to get another round. Can't do that, Mother says. Well, you get the money. I'll manage, I say. And I've got a bit left over from last pay packet, so I go up and I buy the drinks and I lean on the bar. And she leans over, places her hand to the left of the beer mat, and smiles at me. Like Liz Fraser. Smashing. Out the back, the alleyways where things happen, and there she is, waiting, as if she'd always been there, stood there for me. We are all at the steering wheels of our own destinies. That's in a play. And I am careering towards her for a light before I can even think to put myself in gear. She likes it without a word. Her fingers to my lips, touching, but not touching. Makes me ache. I'm aware of the feel of my breasts beneath my work smock. We just stand and stare at each other. I don't have the courage for anything else. Then she finishes her fag, stamps it out, crushing it with one court shoe heel. She takes her lipstick from her bag and draws one perfect bow around her lips. She smiles. I can tell I can always tell. Make sure your mother doesn't. Perceptive they can be. I know. Then she turns back towards the bar, pauses, turns back to me, hands me a scrap of paper and walks away. It's a telephone number. I clutch it close to my heart. Right by my chest, I feel it seep through my clothes and skin and organ tissue and travel into my bloodstream on a direct path to the inner chambers of my heart and right up to my brain. I walk back in a kind of daze. Where have you been? Mother says. I don't say anything. Just sit and sit. Well, I certainly hope it isn't a she who makes you walk around in this state. The other ladies laugh at how outrageous Mother is. Oh, Marge, you goose, what a thing to say. I look at my mother. She looks back, steadily over the half-finished silk cut cooling in the ashtray. There's nothing in her eyes. Can't read her. She's no book. Like a concrete bunker in a communist city. I don't call the number. That blank look haunts me. But I keep it. I stash it under my mattress with my little pile of money and the too large ring I'll give someone someday. It's a reminder that there are other people like me in the world. Nervous people, silly people, dirty people, beautiful people hiding in those alleys and docks. And one day I can join them, if I bide my time. I'll find my pretty miss, even if I have to travel farther than the Red Lion, even if I have to travel to Pippin Hill.